when let's see, I was like 28 at the most, working in my daddy's print shop. My daddy had printed a whole bunch of counterfeit money for a mobster. It was his idea. The other guy, right? The other guy ended up getting busted, and he wanted my dad. He didn't squeal on my dad. My dad's the guy that printed the shit. My father was a printer his whole life, besides other things. And the other guy who you can meet here in Rochester, who wrote a book that is yet to be published, the other guy wanted my old man to take care of some stuff financially, and he didn't dime, and the guy didn't even squeal on my old man. So one day I get up, living on Field Street off of Monroe here, by 490 at Monroe Avenue. I get up to go to work, and I had the funniest car at the time. And there's still a dude in Rochester that sold me the car. It was a Toyota pickup truck, painted psychedelic. It was the stupidest, and I bought it that way, brand new. Somehow the Toyota joint had this thing, and I had to have it. And it was a cheap Toyota pickup truck, 4-speed, 5-speed. I come out to go to work at 8 in the morning. This guy is out there right out of the movies. All the people in town, you'll be having lunch today with a guy that knows him. And he'll tell you, he knows him. And the guy's waiting out. I did not know the brother at the time. I know him now, 100 years later. The guy has on a Peter Falk Columbo raincoat on, or whatever you call it. And he he has a gun. Get in the car. I get in the car, and he gets in the passenger seat. I'm driving, and he goes, "Take me to your dad." And my dad was actually at a funeral that day. He wasn't even at work. Oh, that must be why he came to me. He probably already went and looked at work. So I drive through the cemetery. We're looking for him everywhere. So I'm with this guy all day. This started at 8 in the morning. And I'm living with another guy that's a bartender here in town now. And he actually, at one point after looking all around all day for my old man, we went back to my apartment on Field Street. We're upstairs. It was an upstairs apartment. We're upstairs. This is the wackiest thing. At the time, I was a tournament backgammon player. And I said, "Man, I ought to teach you how to play backgammon because you're going to jail. You'll have something to do in a joint." So I'm teaching him how to play backgammon. So Jimmy came home, and I'm making faces, and so Jimmy left. Anyway, long story short, I did have a hockey. The whole thing was I wasn't afraid.
How are you not afraid?
What's he gonna do? Something stupid?
Yeah, I've seen the movies. He'll kill you.
That's the movie. It's the actual guy. He's going to jail for counterfeiting. He ain't going for murder or any stupid thing. You can meet this guy. And he wrote it in the book. But anyway, I finally actually take him to my father, who was hiding out at my mother's, who he's not married to anymore, apartment at the Clinton in Elmwood.
Did your dad know that you'd been kidnapped?
I can't remember. This is how long ago this is. He has to know the guy's looking for him, though. So I deliver him to my old man, and some stuff happened, and, I was going, I'm supposed to take a beef for my father? Some guys would say, "Fuck that. What do I got to be involved?" But I got stories about me spending that money.
Wait, you spent the counterfeit money?
Yeah.
Like how much of it?
Not much. But I've told the story. You know where I got busted? I used some I was smart enough to only try to spend it at stupid places. So I would spend a 20, they were 20s, counterfeit 20s. They weren't bad. I would find like a kid at a 7-Eleven, spend one there, that kind of shit. But you know where I got busted? I went to visit Diane in Philadelphia, and I went downtown to get some pussy, and I got a hooker. She busted me. She freaking busted me. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Because they're more street smart than regular people. I said, what better place to use a dirty 20 then with a hooker, a street hooker no less. She busts me.
Oh, that's
I go,
funny.
get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so this fella, who you'll learn about at lunch because he's a real guy, you won't believe it, has since been. Oh, so I used to have to, when he was in jail, every Friday I used to have to take money from my dad because I was working to his wife.
Oh, while he was in jail?
Yeah,
To
while he
take
was
care
in-
of her?
yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's like The Sopranos. They do
But
that.
that's, it's, it sounds like we're copying. Of course, this is decades.
Well, this is way before The Sopranos, but I'm saying I've seen that
Well, I
in The
mean,
Sopranos.
those stories got to have some stuff that,
Yeah.
from fact. I mean, mine was a small one. I used to take her money every Friday, schlep up to her apartment, ring the bell, give her a cake from my old man,